Here we are then. Montana. 7,000 miles from home. And somehow I've decided this is the place to start a new life. As a farmer. I've got no land, no tractor, no house, and just $1,000 to my name. Which in farming terms is about enough to buy half a tire. But there is a plan. Kind of. First step, get work. So we've made our way to the local farm shop. Not to buy gear because we can't afford gear, but to find a job. Any job. Even one involving sheep. I take a look at the contract board. There it is. David's Deadwood Disaster or something like that. He needs someone to clear out a bunch of dead trees on his land. It pays decently and more importantly, it doesn't require a tractor. What it does require is a chainsaw. So with trembling hands and absolutely no idea what I'm doing, I hand everything I have, $1,000, and buy the cheapest chainsaw I can find. It smells like petrol, bad decisions, and regret. Now, according to the map, David's land is way over on the other side of the county. No vehicle, no transport, so off I go, on foot, walking across the Montana countryside with nothing but a chainsaw, a mild sunburn, and the dawning realization that this may have been a very, very stupid idea. But hey, we all have to start somewhere. Welcome to the farm. Sort of.
Hey there, is this Godric?
Aye, speaking. You're David, yeah? The dead tree guy?
That's me. Just figured I'd give you a quick ring. Wanted to make sure you remember. Only cut down the trees with red spray paint on the trunks. Those are the deadwood ones. Anything else still breathing? I'd like to keep standing.
Don't worry. I might be new, but I can tell the difference between a healthy tree and one that looks like it's seen a ghost. Mostly.
Fair enough. I heard you just moved out here. Welcome to Montana, friend. It's not exactly London out here.
Thank God for that. Couldn't deal with the traffic again, though I wasn't expecting this much walking. My legs have already filed a formal complaint.
Well, if you ever need a hand, advice, tools, directions, just holler. Most folks around here are decent, if you don't steal their cows.
Noted. No cow theft. You've got my word.
Good man. And listen, there's plenty more where that job came from. Deadwood cleaning contracts like this, I've got them piling up. You keep doing a good job, I'll keep sending work your way. Help you get some boots on the ground. Maybe even wheels under you eventually.
That'd be a dream. I'm about 10 miles from your place and doing the Lord's cardio.
You're earning it, that's for sure. All right, I'll let you get back to it. Watch your toes, and don't forget, red paint only.
Roger that. Cheers, David. Appreciate it.
Anytime, Godric. Talk soon.
Well, would you believe it? One contract down, and I've now officially doubled my entire net worth. $1,350. I'm basically the Jeff Bezos of dead trees. Naturally, with riches like these, I'm looking to reinvest. I've been eyeing up the mowing contracts. Grass doesn't scream as loud as trees when you cut it, so it might be a welcome change. First up, a John Deere. Classic green, tidy little thing. 9.5 grand, 1.2 meter working width. Bit narrow, like mowing a field with a dinner tray. Then there's this Walker fella, 12 grand, but 1.8 meters wide. Only problem, I've got champagne mower dreams on a chainsaw budget. Ah, David again. Another deadwood job. Different plot this time, further out of course, probably uphill both ways too. Still, can't complain. Trees don't cut themselves, and I could use another couple grand. Maybe by Christmas I'll afford the steering wheel on that mower. Hello?
Alright, Farmer Montana. Thought I'd check in before you chainsaw your leg off or marry a cow.
Cheers, mate. Nice to know you've still got your priorities straight.
I do! Taking the mick out of you is at the top of the list. So, how's life in the land of denim and diesel?
Hot, sweaty, covered in sawdust. Just rocked up to another dead tree job. $1,200 this time.
1,200? Crikey, big money. That's nearly enough for a wheelbarrow over there, isn't it?
Actually thinking about getting a ride on mowers soon. You know, really stepping up in the world.
Next thing you know, you'll be buying land and starting a reality show. Godric's Ground Force.
More like Godric's gone mad.
Probably. But seriously, proud of you, mate. Takes guts to pack up and start over like this. You're doing all right.
Don't get all sentimental now. I'm holding a chainsaw.
Just don't name it after me. Good luck, Farmer G. Try not to accidentally log the neighbour's barn.
No promises. Cheers, mate. 3 jobs, $3,900. Not bad for a bloke with nothing but a chainsaw, sore legs, and questionable decision-making. David's been a lifeline, really. Each job a bit tougher than the last, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, slowly. Speaking of which...
Hey there, is this Godric? This is Katie. I've got a small place here in Montana.
Oh yes, that's me. Godric Manston, good to hear from you.
I just got off the phone with David. He had some great things to say about your work. Said you tackled those dead trees like a real pro.
Well, I didn't lose any limbs, so I suppose that counts for something.
That's a good start around here. Listen, I've got a few deadwoods of my own need clearing. Thought I'd see if you were up for it. There's a small job to begin with, $900 payout. But if it goes well, I might have a couple more over the next few weeks. Interested?
Absolutely, that would be brilliant, Katie. Really appreciate the call.
Great. I'll text you the location. No rush getting here. Just be safe, all right?
I'll do my best, and cheers, seriously. Feels like I'm finally starting to find my feet.
That's what we like to hear. Welcome to Montana, Godric.
And just like that, August done. My first month in Montana, and I've somehow walked my way to $4,800. Not bad for a man who started with nothing but a chainsaw and a stubborn belief he could do this. September's next, and if August was anything to go by, it's going to be full of logs, blisters, and long walks across the countryside. Let's see what this month throws at us. Trees haven't stopped dying, and David's still got plenty of work to hand out. Got a message from him this morning, another deadwood job. This one's even further out than the last. I swear I've walked half the state at this point. I asked him if he's just testing my commitment. He said, "Nope, you're just the only one daft enough to say yes every time." Cheers, mate. Still, $900 or so for a day's work with a chainsaw? I'll take it. One more job, one step closer to that mower. Every contract feels like a rung up the ladder, even if the ladder's made of splinters and mild shin splints. Time to hit the road again. Oi, look who it is, Farmer Giles himself. What's the occasion, mate? Checking I haven't been eaten by a bear?
Well, someone's got to keep tabs on you. Heard you've been chopping trees like a man possessed. How's the whole American dream coming along?
Honestly, it's been proper graft. August was a slog. Deadwood contracts, walking everywhere. Earned about $4,800 just clearing trees for this bloke David. September's been more of the same. Still walking, still cutting. This one here's me last job for the month. Finishes up September nicely, with a total of $8,850 in the bank. Not bad for a lad who landed here with nowt but a dream and a dodgy old rucksack.
Fair play. That's more than most manage in their first few months. And no tractor yet.
Nah, mate. Still dreaming of a mower. Found one I fancy. A walker, decent width and power. Cost $12K though, so I'm still a few trees short.
Stick with it. Contracts will pick up soon, and you'll be zipping about on that mower in no time. You've done bloody well to get this far already. Just don't forget who taught you how to hold a chainsaw without lopping your own leg off, eh?
I owe you a pint for that, I reckon. Right, I'll better crack on before the sun dips. Appreciate the call, Jars, really.
Anytime, mate. Proud of you. And remember, take the work, but don't let it take you.
Cheers, pal. Catch you soon. So there it is. 2 months down. August and September. 6 contracts. Dozens of trees, countless miles on foot, and $8,850 to show for it. I've learned a lot already. This place is beautiful, but it doesn't give anything for free. You earn it, every step, every cut, every blister. October and November though, that's where things could start shifting. Better paying jobs are on the horizon. That mower I've been eyeing, it's getting closer. And maybe, just maybe, A bit less walking, eh? One can dream. But for now, I'll rest these legs.
Montana's idea of a warm welcome involves sideways rain and mud that sucks your boots off if you stand still too long. It's been 2 months since I landed here, 6 contracts, nearly 9 grand earned, and a lot of walking. Like, a lot. My legs feel like they belong to a mountain goat. But we're getting somewhere. This month and next, October and November, they're make or break. More contracts, hopefully less walking, and maybe, just maybe, that walker mower I've been eyeing. Hello?
At you, Godric. Ben Holloway here. I own the land you just cleared. Thought I'd ring and say, thanks.
Oh, cheers, Ben. Wasn't expecting a thank you in this weather, but I'll take it.
Don't go letting it get to your head. Ain't many folk who clear trees properly. David said you're reliable. That's rare around here. I appreciate the work. Storm season's rough on this place, and them trees have been one wind gust from taking out my fence.
Yeah, looked like they've been leaning since Nixon was president.
Smart mouth. You'll do fine. If you're sticking around, I've probably got more work over the next couple months. Nothing fancy, just good old manual labor.
That's exactly what I'm here for. Appreciate the call, Ben. I'll take all the contracts I can get.
Good. Just don't be late. And don't cut anything green or I'll tan your backside like it's 1962.
Understood, sir.
All right then. You take care.
Seems I've made a new friend. The kind that might beat you with a shovel if you trim his hedges wrong. But a friend nonetheless. Right then. October's underway. Let's see how far this chainsaw can take me. 2 contracts down, and I can probably fit 1 more in before the end of the month. October's been wet, wild, and filled with more splinters than I care to count. But it's paid off. 3 more deadwood contracts in the bag. That brings the grand total to $12,300. 1 more job in November, and I'll finally have enough for that walker mower. Which means I might spend less time walking, and more time mowing. Imagine that. Progress. All right, bring on November. 1 more contract, and the wheels start turning. Word appears to have gotten around about me. Apparently, chainsawing dead trees without falling over is now considered a special skill. Just landed a contract from a new farmer, bloke called Noah. $1,500. Highest paying one yet. I've never even met the guy. He just sent me the coordinates and said, "You come highly recommended," which either means I'm good or everyone else said no. Still, 1 last job and I've officially crossed the finish line. That walker mower, within reach. No more walking across Montana like it's a pilgrimage. No more trees. Well, probably more trees. But at least I'll have wheels. All right, the day is finally here. Time to purchase my first piece of farming machinery. Morning! I've come to make a life-altering purchase. I'm here for the walker mower.
Well, you're in luck. We just got a fresh one in last week. It says here, the model you're after comes with an upgraded engine package. Brings the total to $14,000.
14? But your website said 12.
That price doesn't include the engine upgrade. It's in the fine print if you look closely.
Right. The old surprise engine clause. Classic. Any chance I can get one without an engine then? I'll just push it across the field and make the sound effects myself.
I like you, man. You're all right. Tell you what, I'll knock off $200 for the trouble. Should have been clearer in the listing anyway.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. Deal.
She's all yours.
Finally. No more walking.
There it is, the walker, my freedom machine, my ticket out of tree-chopping purgatory. I've walked more in the last 2 months than a postman in snowshoes, and now, finally, I have a seat, 4 wheels, suspension that might actually exist, a cutting deck wide enough to shave a rugby pitch, and best of all, it starts with a key not a pull cord that rips your arm off. Now that's the sound of progress, or possibly bankruptcy. Either way, we're moving. First mowing jobs just came in. Walter, local farmer, needs a decent-sized field tidied up. Should be a nice change of pace. Huh, it's a fair way out though. No worries, let's put some miles on this thing and see what she can do.
Alright, here we are. The first mowing contract begins. How do I turn this thing on again? Ah, there we go. Just had to hold that lever down. Thought I'd bought a $14,000 lawn ornament for a second there. Okay, blades are spinning. Let's give this field a haircut it won't forget. It's peaceful out here. Birds, breeze, the occasional grasshopper flying into my face. Also, who knew watching these perfect little lines appear behind you could be so satisfying? I get it now. Done! First field mowed. That's $2,415 in the bank. Walter's gonna be pleased, and I have to say, so am I. Oof, okay. Next one's on the other side of the entire county. At 20 kilometer, I'll get there by Christmas. But hey, fuel's cheap when you're basically a tortoise. Let's hit the road. Just making a quick stop off to do this deadwood contract for Noah. Got to keep the new customers happy. Easy. Another $1,200 in the bank. Time for Walter's next mowing job. This one's a fair bit bigger than the last and will probably take me all day, but at least I'm not on my feet. Hello, Godric speaking.
Godric, it's Walter. Just wanted to say thanks for the job you did on the first field. Looked tidy. My wife even noticed, and she usually doesn't notice me. Now, I see you've accepted that next contract of mine. Bold move. That patch of land eats up hours like a cow chews cud. You might want to think about upgrading to something with a bit more horsepower. Unless you're planning to move in for the week.
Appreciate it, Walter, yeah. I'm starting to see what you meant. This might take a while. But hey, I like a challenge, and besides, the mower and I are getting along pretty well so far.
Alright then, just don't let it put you off mowing for good. We could use more hard workers like you out here. Keep at it, son.
That's nice to hear. Even if you did just call my mower a glorified wheelbarrow. Alright, talk to you later. Oh, another phone call. Hello, Godric speaking.
Hey Godric, it's Katie. Word is, you finally got yourself a mower.
You heard right.
Well, I might have something that'll test her. I've got a contract for you, 3 hectares of mowing. It's a bit of a beast, but the payout's $7,434. You up for it?
3 hectares, that's a field and a half. But $7 grand. That'd just about sort me out for a long while. Yeah, Katie, I'll take it. Just point me in the direction.
Perfect. I'll send over the coordinates. Bring snacks, and maybe a pillow.
Noted. Cheers, Katie. I'll get it done. One slow lap at a time.
This looks like the place. Katie wasn't kidding.
It's a long one for sure. Gonna take a bit more than a packed lunch and a podcast to get through this. Still, this will be my biggest payday yet. Let's see what this mower can really do.
Right, just keep a steady pace, Godric. Nothing fancy, just back and forth like a giant grassy typewriter.
Wait, hang on. Is that the fuel gauge flashing? That's got to be a joke. I only just started this job. All right, let's get some juice in her and back to work. Where's the fuel cap? No, seriously, where is it? Okay, I must be going mad. This thing has to have a petrol input, right? Right? Nope, nowhere to put it. Not a lid, not a latch. I've bought a mower that doesn't know how to eat. Brilliant. Well, this is just perfect. Mower won't take fuel, job half done. Now I've got to drive all the way back to the shop at a blistering 20 k's an hour. Katie's going to think I've run off and given up. All right, one last look. Come on, just be hidden under something stupid. Nope. This mower really doesn't have a tank. Or it's playing a very expensive game of hide and seek. Right, that's it. I'm getting my money back and buying something that actually works. You sold me a broken mower.
Good to see you too, mate. What's the issue?
It's completely sealed. There's no fuel input, not a cap, not a hatch, nothing.
Come on, you probably just missed it. They're usually tucked around the back.
I've circled the thing 3 times like a buzzard. There's no way to fill it. It's a grass-cutting brick.
You're telling me there's no fuel access at all?
Yes, just a tank, welded shut like Fort Bloody Knox. I was going to use a hammer and chisel, but thought I'd check here first.
All right, let's have a look. Well, I'll be. There really isn't a fuel port. That's a first.
So, refund.
I can't give you the full 14. You've already used it. Best I can do is 12.
Oh, perfect. I lose $2,000 and half a day. Brilliant trade.
Could be worse. There's a bank across the road. They give startup loans. Might help you upgrade.
Ah, yes. Nothing screams new life on the land like going into debt for a second lawnmower. Right. Bank it is then. Let's see. Tractors. Ah, what's this? A Salek. $21,000. 59 horsepower, not bad for a starter. And for mowing, here we go. Kuhn GMD 3123F. $13,500. Needs 60 horsepower. 1 horsepower short, that's barely anything, right? Surely she'll manage. Right then, time to visit that bank across the road. Let's see. Ah, here it is. I hope they take walk-ins. Let's get ourselves a little startup loan. Hello, I'm here to get a small loan, please.
Hi there, you've come to the right place. I'm Hope, financial advisor here at the Brent. What can I help you with today?
G'day, Hope. I'm looking to get a loan, 15 grand if possible. Got my eye on a tractor and mower combo across the road.
All right, $15,000. Do you have any existing debt or prior loans?
Nope, clean as a whistle. Just trying to get this little farm of mine off the ground.
Sounds good. We can do that for you, no problem. I'll just get the paperwork sorted. Fixed interest. You'll have plenty of time to repay it.
You're a lifesaver, Hope. Appreciated. Right then, loan approved just like that. 12 months, 3.5% interest. Comes out to about $1,294 a month. Better get that mower earning its keep fast. Back to the shop we go. All right, $21,000 for the Salek. Confirm. Oh, there goes half. Now, the Kuhn GMD 3123F. Confirm. Well, look at you two.
Not exactly a racehorse, but you'll do just fine. Oh, that's a good hum. That's a get things done hum. Easy, nice and slow. Textbook. Not bad for someone who didn't even know where the fuel cap was yesterday. That's actually really fun. Look at that. Up, down, open, closed, bzzz. I could do this all day. All right, let's get back to the field and finish what we started. Katie's mower job awaits, and this time we've got fuel and flaps. All right, moment of truth. Let's get this rolling. Sounds mean. I like it. All right, let's go. Wait a second. You're joking. It's not cutting a bloody thing. Perfect. Just perfect. It literally isn't cutting a single blade of grass, and it's on full power. Maybe I should call Giles and see if he has any ideas. Giles? You there?
Aye, I'm here. What have you broken now?
I'm not sure yet. I just got a new mower. Kuhn GMD 3123F. Hooked it up to my new Salek tractor, took it out to the field, dropped it, fired it up, and it's not cutting a single blade.
Wait. The 3123F?
Yeah, that one. Looks sharp, spins like a dream, just doesn't actually do anything.
Godric. Where'd you attach it?
The back of the tractor?
It's a front-mounted mower.
What?
Front. As in front of the tractor. Not the back where your drawbar is having a midlife crisis.
Why would they sell it if it only works on the front?
Because, genius, some tractors have a front 3-point hitch. Yours doesn't. Which you'd know if you'd read, wait for it, the manual.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. Hang on. I just backed up a bit. And it is cutting.
You're not seriously thinking.
Looks like I'm mowing the entire bloody field. Backwards.
Well, on the bright side, you'll be the only farmer in Montana with rear-facing precision.
I hate how often you're right.
You're welcome. Enjoy the world's slowest moonwalk.
What have I got myself into? It's been a week since finishing that field backwards. I needed a break after that one. My neck still hurts from looking over my shoulder for 6 straight hours. But hey, job's done, Katie's happy, and somehow the mower still works. I figured I'd squeeze in one last job before the month wraps up. A deadwood contract. Simple stuff. Clear out the broken branches and logs around a property. Not glamorous, but it pays. And just like that, we roll into December. It's getting colder. Frost on the grass most mornings. The grass isn't growing, and there's no mowing work to be had. Deadwood jobs are slowing down too. Everyone's starting to button up for winter. As for the bank loan, yeah, the first repayment's gone out. 12 months, 3.5% interest, $1,294 a pop. It stung, but we're still sitting on $9,054 in the account. Could be worse. Took a quick deadwood job for David. Not much, but it kept the wheels turning. Nice guy. Always has a thermos of tea going. Offered me one when I finished. Then Katie rang again. This time, a bigger job up in the forest. Time to clear out some more trees and a whole mess of fallen branches.
Then, no joke, next day, she's got another contract for me, in the same place. Turns out there are more dead trees than she realized, so I'm picking up that job too, to keep the winter funds coming in. January's here now, and the snow's come with it. The tractor's officially my daily driver. Not that there's anywhere to drive to. The roads are quiet, the trees are bare, and folks are staying inside. Even the contracts have dried up. Doing one small deadwood job for David now. Just one. And that looks like all I'm going to get for January. Hard to believe how much has happened in just 6 months. Back in August, I was only cutting trees with my first chainsaw. Now I've got a tractor, a mower, and a loan. I've met the locals, learned how not to attach a mower, and discovered that doing an entire field in reverse might actually break your soul. But I'm still standing, still working, still building something. And as the new year kicks off, I've got hope. Hope that the snow melts sooner than later. Hope that new jobs come in. Bigger ones. Better paying ones. Hope that maybe, just maybe, this crazy Montana dream of mine is starting to take shape. We'll see what the new year brings. It's early February in Montana. Snow on the ground, frost in the air. And I'm still here, trying to scrape together enough to keep the lights on. Winter work's thin, and the bills don't care what season it is. Deadwood again. David's offering $750. Not exactly the big bucks, but right now, I'll take whatever I can get. Thing is, I've still got the mower on the back, in winter, when there's zero mowing work. And now it's basically just dead weight, literally. Every corner, the tractor's sliding like it's on ice skates. Pretty sure the only thing keeping me from going sideways is luck. And maybe the fact I'm too stubborn to stop. Makes me wonder if I should have just sold the thing. Can't mow in the snow, can't mow forward at all. And now it's costing me more in fuel than I'm earning in contracts. Might be time to cut my losses. All right, that's David's first job done. $750 in the pocket. Minus fuel, repairs, and whatever dignity I lost sliding across Main Street. And look at that. David's got another one. $1,350 this time. Now we're talking. Oh. Train. Of course. Because nothing says productive workday like sitting in the cold, watching someone else's cargo go by. Finally. Train's gone. Right, back to work. Let's get this second deadwood job done before... Oh, here we go.
All right, mate. Heard you've invented a new way to mow grass. In reverse.
Oh, brilliant. I see Giles has been flapping his gums again.
He reckons you looked like you were trying to plough the field backwards. Said it was the slowest thing he's ever seen. And you know, he's watched paint dry.
Yeah, well, tell Giles the paint probably earned more money than I did that day.
So, what's the plan for this year then? You sticking with your backwards mower empire?
Honestly, thinking about selling it. It's useless in winter, useless going forward, and right now it's just a $14,000 paperweight. I need something I can actually take contracts with year-round, but I've no idea what that is yet.
Blimey, everyone's ringing me today. Hello?
Hi, Godric. It's Katie. I've got a deadwood contract or two you can take on. Thought it might keep you busy while there's no grass to mow.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, winter's been slow, let's say.
I can imagine. First one's always the hardest. How you holding up?
Surviving. Tractor's been sliding round like it's on ice skates, but other than that, can't complain.
Good to hear. Oh, and I was chatting to David earlier. He reckons he'll have a few jobs for you next month, usual deadwood stuff, but he also mentioned bale wrapping.
Bale wrapping? That's a new one.
Yep, he needs the help and thought you might be interested.
If it pays, I'm interested. Thanks, Katie.
Anytime. Stay warm out there.
Trying to. Bale wrapping in March, eh? At least it's something that isn't backwards mowing. Maybe I should take a look at the farm shop and see what kind of bale wrappers they have for sale and get rid of this mower. But, for now, we need to finish this contract for Katie. End of February's creeping up fast, and I can't keep crawling along like this, one deadwood job at a time. We've got a loan hanging over us, a mower that's basically a big red paperweight in the snow, and winter's not exactly helping. Need to come up with something. Faster ways to make money. Bigger contracts. Different work. Something. Trouble is, I'm not quite sure what yet. Could sell the mower, but then what? Guess that's a problem for next month. For now, let's get this done and paid for. March has arrived and the snow has melted. Finally a bit of green poking through. Feels like the year's waking up again. And it looks like David and Noah both have some bale wrapping contracts coming up. Could be just what I need to get the cash flowing a bit faster. But that means we need a bale wrapper. So let's have a look at the farm shop. First option, the Govile G1015, cheapest at $16,000, but it's a front-mounted job. I'm not sure this little tractor could even hold it without tipping us forward. Second option, the Govile G520, $27,000. So quite a bit more, but it's got its own wheels, no balancing acts, no praying the hydraulics don't snap, just hook up and pull. So, cheaper and risky, or expensive and safe? Decisions. But, before we can afford that, we probably need to get a couple more of these deadwood contracts out of the way. Boring, I know, but necessary. Got to keep the lights on somehow. Let's take a look at what we've actually got to work with. Current balance, 14.5 grand. If I sold the mower, that's about 10,000 in the pocket. Tractor could fetch 16, but obviously we're keeping that. No tractor, no work. So, mower gone means 25,000 total. The cheaper wrapper's 16, easy buy. The cheaper one's tempting, but we've been down the wrong machine for the job road before, and I don't fancy wrapping bales backwards. But that G5020, 27,000, means I'd still be short by about 2 grand. No, we're going for the more expensive one. Better to do it right the first time than regret it later. Only problem, I don't quite have the cash in hand, so looks like a quick detour to the bank for a small loan. 5 grand should do it, just enough to cover the wrapper and any little extras. Let's just hope the bank manager's still smiling after the last one. Well, it served its purpose, I guess. Time to say goodbye to the backwards mowing machine. That's 10 grand in the account, just like that. Now, just a short walk across the road to the bank. Let's see if Hope is feeling generous today.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Manston. What brings you in today?
Hey, Hope. I'm here for a little top-up, you might say. About 5,000 should do the trick.
5,000? You're not buying another mower, are you?
No. This time, it's for a Bale wrapper.
We can do 5,000 at the same 3.5% interest rate as before. That'll be 12 months, around $450 a month repayment.
Sounds fair. Let's get it done before I change my mind. Right, we've got the cash, and there's no turning back now. The Goyle G520, 27 grand, wheels, no weight worries. This thing's gonna be a game changer. No more crawling around backwards like some kind of confused snail. We're wrapping bales, taking on big jobs, and actually making money for once. With this machine, we'll be pulling in contracts worth more in a day than the mower made in a week. This is it, the start of something bigger. There we go. Locked in. Look at this beauty. Solid build, nice hydraulics, decent hitch clearance. Yeah, this was worth every penny. All right. David's got one for 11 grand. Yes, please. Noah's got one for 6,000. We'll take that too. Right then. David's job first. Let's see what this thing can do.
Here we are. First job for the Gow Wheel G5020 and the start of some serious income. Let's get this beauty working. Oh, there's the first one now. Wait, hang on a second. That's not a round bale. That's a square bale. My wrapper only takes round bales. Right, David's job, square bales. Noah's job, square bales.
Oh, brilliant. The only wrappers that can do square bales are twice the price of the one I just bought. That's just perfect, isn't it? Well, that's it then. My brand new round bale wrapper can't wrap a single bale on these contracts because, of course, they're square. I didn't check the contract details closely enough. Rookie mistake. So, both wrapping jobs cancelled. No payout, no progress, just me. And a $27,000 wrapper sitting there like an expensive paperweight. And now, we roll into April. Balance in the bank, $78. Yep, $78. The latest monthly loan repayment just wiped me out. But maybe my luck's turning. Just check the contract board and guess what? Walter's offering a round bale wrapping job for $19,500. That's my biggest contract yet. If I can land this one, we're talking loan repayments covered, fuel paid, and maybe even a bit left over for upgrades. This could be the big break I've been waiting for.
Now, time to make my way to the field and start wrapping my first bales. Finally, a proper job for this thing. The weather's warming up, the snow's gone, and if all goes well today, I might just be able to stop stressing every time I check the bank balance.
Godric, how's my contract coming along?
Hey Walter, just arrived now. Should be wrapping your bales in the next 10 minutes.
That's great to hear. I've been run off my feet, so I really appreciate you stepping in. I don't have the time to deal with those bales myself right now.
No worries at all, Walter. You picked the right guy. Well, the only guy in Montana willing to wrap bales backwards if needed.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Anyway, thanks again. I'll let you get to it.
And that's the last one. Oh, that feels good. All that driving, all that wrapping, and not a single bale left standing. Perfect. Right, let's see it. $19,478. Oh yes, now that's what I'm talking about. Biggest payday yet. If every month started like this, I'd be living in a mansion by Christmas. That's the sort of contract I could do all year long. Shame the only other one on the board right now is from Noah. And, yep, square bales again. Learn my lesson there. Not falling for that twice. Right then, before I get too comfortable, need to restock on wrap. That last job chewed through all 8 tubes I had. And I'm not about to get caught short. $3,900 for 20 tubes. I swear this stuff costs more than my lunch budget for the year. There we go. Fresh wrap. Machine ready. Now all I need is the next big contract. 1, 2, nice and snug. This'll keep me going for a while. Should be enough to handle a couple of big fields without running dry. And with that, April comes to a close, and May rolls in.
Lucky for me, Walter's got another wrapping contract lined up. Now, it's not going to make me rich overnight, only $2,100 this time, but after last month's 19 grand payday, I think I can live with something a bit lighter. Plus, this one should be an easy afternoon's work. Nice open field, decent weather, and no more of those awkward square bales to ruin my day. Tractor's got enough in the tank, wrappers loaded with fresh wrap. Yeah, this should be a nice little earner.
Godric, how's life treating you? Still keeping out of trouble?
Well, mostly. As long as you don't count buying machinery I can't use as trouble. But I'm good, just heading out to do a bit of work for Walter.
Ah, Walter's keeping you busy, is he? That's good. Keeps you sharp. Listen, I was calling about something for later in the year. We've got a big harvest season coming up, and I could use a pair of reliable hands.
Go on. What exactly are you thinking?
Driving the combines. I've already got the machines. You won't have to provide anything. Just show up, climb in, and get to work. We'll be covering a fair few fields, and the pay will be solid.
Combines, eh? That's proper work. Sounds like a good change of pace from wrapping bales.
Exactly. And I know you can handle it. Plus, it's good money in a short amount of time. I'll sort out the details and give you a ring when the first contracts are ready. Probably late summer.
Well, you can put me down for every job you've got. Sounds like the perfect plan to fill up the bank account again.
That's what I like to hear. I'll be in touch, mate. Oh, and maybe try reading the fine print on your contracts from now on, eh?
Oi, low blow, David, but fair. All right, speak soon. Right, time to call it a day. Nice, steady work. Nothing fancy, and it'll top the bank balance up a little. That's the lot. Easy afternoon's work and $2,100 straight in the bank. Can't complain about that. Not much else on the board, but... Oh! David's got a deadwood job going, $1,500. Not the most exciting work, but work's work. Yeah, I'll take that. You know, I've almost been in Montana for a full year now. Feels like I only just rolled into town with a pocket full of hope and a tractor that needed more repairs than fuel. The loans, well, they've been hanging over me since day one. But slowly I'm chipping away at them, month by month. By the end of the year, if things keep going right, I could finally be free of that weight. And this summer, driving combines for David, that's going to be a real shot in the arm for the bank balance. Between harvest work, wrapping contracts, and a few odd jobs here and there, I might actually be able to start putting something away instead of just surviving. Funny thing is, for all the stress, breakdowns, and wrong decisions,
I wouldn't trade this life for anything else. It's tough, but it's mine.
June in Montana. Sunshine, blue skies, and me parked on the side of the road with my tractor.
Time to take a look at where the money stands. Right now, I've got 5 repayments of $1,293 left on that $15,000 loan, and 9 repayments of $431 left on the smaller $5,000 one. That's still a fair bit of weight on the shoulders every month, and it's going to keep nibbling away at my profits until they're gone. Anyway, contracts board today is looking tempting. There's some good mowing jobs up, proper money makers, if you've actually got a mower, which of course I don't anymore. That's the price you pay when you swap equipment around. Sometimes you end up without the right tool for the right job. Bale wrapping? Nothing. Not a single job. And the only thing I can do right now? Another deadwood contract from David. $1,500, nothing exciting, nothing flashy. Just more logs to cut and cart away. I'll take it because money's money, but I'll tell you this. Next year, I'm cutting these deadwood jobs right down. I didn't come all the way to Montana to spend my days chopping up fallen trees. Second year's going to be bigger. More contracts, better equipment, proper work. No more living hand to mouth waiting for the right job to appear. Right then, let's get this done and see what the rest of June has in store. It's a bit of a grind, watching the balance slowly tick down, but at least the end's in sight. Well, kind of. Hard to believe we're almost halfway through the year already. Feels like I just got here, and yet, here we are. Oh, not another deadwood contract. Surely I've cut all of David's trees by now. At this point, I'm starting to think he's planting them at night just so I've got something to do. But it's the only job going at the moment. And with this rain coming in, I can't wrap bales anyway. Wet plastic and hay don't mix. So, deadwood it is. Alright, here we are. Another stretch of woodland, another few logs to haul out. Let's get the saw going and... Who's calling me now? Hey, Godric here.
Godric! It's Walter!
Walter, long time no hear. I was half expecting you to have another 20 grand wrapping job for me.
Oh, I wish. No, I'm calling because I was out in the fields this morning and thought of you. You still running that fancy wrapper of yours?
Yeah, she's still going strong, though she's been sitting idle for a bit. Not much wrapping work since your big contract.
That's the trouble with this time of year. Everyone's either still cutting or holding off because of the weather. But you did such a good job last time, I'd hire you again in a heartbeat.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. That contract basically saved me in April.
Speaking of saving, I hear David still got you out cutting up those fallen trees. You must be sick of it by now.
Sick of it? Walter, I'm about 2 splinters away from losing my mind.
Well, stick with it for now. Once the weather turns, there'll be more wrapping than you can handle. And who knows? I might have another big one for you before harvest.
I'll hold you to that. If you do, I'll bring the coffee and donuts this time.
Deal. Take care, Godric, and don't work too hard out there in the rain.
Always good hearing from Walter. Makes me remember that this quiet patch won't last forever. Big jobs are coming. I just have to get through these slow weeks. I'm just finishing up this $900 deadwood job for David. Honestly, it's not enough anymore. Not if I want this farm to grow.
Oh no. More mowing contracts I can't accept because I sold my mower. Feels like I'm being punished.
And now, I've had to take another one. This time from Katie. Katie? Hello?
Hey, Godric, it's Katie. You busy?
Oh, you know me, knee-deep in deadwood and wondering if I'm secretly a lumberjack instead of a farmer.
I swear, you've probably taken down half the trees in this county by now.
Pretty much. At this rate, I'm expecting to get an honorary chainsaw award.
Well, you might not have to keep chasing tree jobs much longer. I actually called for something else.
Oh yeah? You've got my attention.
I have a bale wrapping contract that just came up. Pays $6,900, and I wanted to make sure you got first crack at it.
Katie, you have no idea how good that sounds right now.
Figured you'd be interested. I know work's been a bit thin for you lately.
That's putting it politely. Some days it feels like the only thing I'm farming is splinters.
Haha, well, This job should be a nice change, and the pay's solid.
I'll take it. 100%. Where's it at?
Over in field 60, and I need it done this week, so you've got a bit of time to line things up.
Perfect. And seriously, thanks for thinking of me first.
No problem. Just promise you won't forget me when you're rolling in bale wrapping riches.
Riches? Please. I'll be lucky if I can afford a proper lunch after fuel costs.
I'll let you get back to your deadwood. Try not to cut down anything that's still alive, all right?
No promises.
Sun's dipping low. Perfect timing. Let's get this wrapping job started for Katie. $6,900. That'll put a proper dent in the loan. Not bad for a day's work, though I'll be dreaming of these rolls in my sleep. Last one done. Feels good ticking that off before dark. Katie's going to be happy with that, and hopefully she remembers me next time she's short-handed. One more job for the month. David's deadwood contract. Easy money. $1,050 isn't game-changing, but it all adds up. Wonder if I should put some of this towards a bigger tractor. The little one's good, but it's starting to feel like a toy. Or maybe finally get some land of my own, tired of working on other people's turf. Imagine it, a few acres, a proper shed, maybe even a second-hand baler. Although, with my luck, I'd buy it and spend the first year fixing the roof. Still, can't just do contracts forever, need to start actually farming. Year 1 in Montana nearly done. Didn't expect it to be all hired work, but we've kept the lights on. Bank account's healthier than when I got here, that's for sure. Shame my back's not. The grand total in the bank stands at $26,235. Not bad for a bloke who started with $1,000 and a dodgy chainsaw. Of course, most of it's from flogging deadwood contracts. Funny how cutting up old trees pays better than actual farming. Maybe I'm in the wrong business. Still, that's a good safety net. Bit in savings, bills covered, and maybe enough left for something shiny at the dealership. Tractor upgrade? Or maybe I should just keep the old girl another year and not tempt fate. Mind you, with my luck, if I don't spend it, something will break just to spite me. Nah, this month's been solid. The debts are gone, the farm's ticking over, and who would have guessed starting a new life as a farmer would be this difficult, but it's been a fun challenge, and we are just getting started. Last bit of wood cleared, that's the month wrapped up. And if next month goes well, maybe I'll finally afford a tractor that doesn't sound like a kettle boiling. Hang on, what's that? Oh, you are kidding me. Of all the places for a tree to fall in a 100-acre field, it picks my tractor. Perfect. David, I'm on site now with the John Deere combine and looking over the field.
Good man. It's oats today, straight cut. Keep a steady pace and start along the near headland, then work your way in. You'll run the deer, and one of my guys, Caleb, will handle the haul and the tractor. Call me when you're done with the field or if anything goes wrong.
Copy that. Any soft spots or gotchas I should know about?
Watch the low-hanging branches on the west edge, otherwise you should be okay. It's only a small field, so it shouldn't take long.
Understood. I'll get the header down and make the first pass now.
I'll check back later. Good luck out there.
All right. Header down, oats lined up, and away we go. First contract of the summer. Let's make it count. It's strange, really. A full year gone since I stepped off that plane with $1,000 and no clue what I was doing. Deadwood jobs, odd mowing contracts, even that cursed mower I bought and sold. But I've kept moving forward. And now here we are. No more deadwood, no more scraping by. This season's about real contracts, bigger ones, jobs that actually put money in the bank. I've still got that Bale wrapper ready to earn its keep. And if all goes to plan, maybe, just maybe, I'll finally be able to buy my own piece of land. The summer is just beginning, and there are plenty of contracts on the board to choose from. Feels like this season's really going to set the tone for what's ahead. Right, let's have a look at this board. Ah, now this is interesting. 5 fertilizing contracts, all paying very well. All right then, let's check the shop. I'll need a fertilizer spreader, no doubt about it. Now, what are my options here? Okay, here's one. The Salic RZK 300H. Compact little thing. 14-meter working width, 300-liter capacity, only $2,000. That's much more my speed. Sure, it won't cover as much ground in one pass, and it's going to take me a while on the bigger fields. But the return on investment? Oh, that could be worth it. Of course, there's one small issue. The fertilizer itself. One bag, 1,000 liters, nearly $2,000. So really, it's going to cost me as much to fill the spreader as it does to buy the thing. Farming, eh? Always a catch. Still, I reckon it'll pay off. If I take on all 5 of these contracts, the money coming in should more than cover the costs. And once I've got the spreader, it's mine to keep. That's the difference now. I'm trying to build up equipment that'll last me, not just scraping by like before. Right, let's do this. Buying the Salic RZK 300H. Done. And we'll grab 1 bag of fertilizer to start. That should keep me going for a while at least, enough to get this first contract underway. There we go. Money's still tight, but this feels like a smart move. Contracts accepted, all 5 of them. No backing out now. Looks like I've just signed myself up for a summer full of spreading fertilizer. Well, someone's got to do it. Okay, spreader loaded, fertilizer topped up, time to get rolling. First stop, field 85, Noah's Land. Shouldn't be too far down the road. Fertilizing isn't exactly glamorous work, but these payouts look, well, too good to ignore. All right, here we are, field 85.
Hello, Godric, Noah here. I see you've been doing a couple of contracts for me over the past year and thought I'd better introduce myself.
Hey Noah, great to hear from you. Just pulling into your field now, mate.
That's good to hear. This crop's coming along nicely, but it'll only hit full potential if it's fertilized properly.
No worries at all. Got myself a brand new spreader for the occasion, so you're the first one it's getting tested on. Hopefully I don't muck it up, eh?
Ha! Well, as long as it's not spraying more on the road than the crop, I'll be happy.
Fair enough, fair enough. I'll make sure every inch gets covered.
Appreciate it, mate. This field means a lot to me, so knowing it's in good hands takes the weight off.
Cheers.
Best of luck. I'll let you get on with it.
And that's done. Field 85 is fully fertilized.
Not a bad job if I do say so myself. No time to waste though. Next up, David's field, number 113. Not as big, but it'll be worth it. Fertilizer's still loaded, spreader's running smooth. Let's get stuck straight in. Nice wide passes, steady as she goes. This field's going to take some time, but every strip makes that payday closer. And there we are, field complete, contract ticked off. That's another $7,129 from David. 2 jobs down already, and plenty more lined up. This season's shaping up to be the real turning point.
On to the next one. Walter's job, field 40. Big lad too, 6.69 hectares. That's going to take a fair bit of fertilizer. Speaking of which, we're already running low again. This little spreader doesn't exactly carry much, does it? 300 litres gone in no time. It'll be lots of small trips again, back to the shop for restocks. 4 more bags should do it. Although at nearly $2,000 a piece, it's a serious hit to the wallet. Alright, that's another $8,000 gone in fertilizer alone. Better be worth the investment. Okay, loaded up. Spreader topped off. Let's head to field 40 and make a start. And just like that, empty again. That's another run back to the shop. These little trips are going to test my patience before long. It's clear as day this setup isn't sustainable. Every couple of passes, I'm back on the road wasting time. What I really need is a tractor with a trailer, or at least forks to carry spare pallets along. Could load them up at the field and refill on the spot. Or maybe I invest in the bigger spreader, keep hauling back and forth. Not ideal, but every contract gets me closer to where I want to be. Pass after pass, trip after trip. The spreader keeps running dry, but little by little the field's getting fertilized. Right. Fertilizer topped up again. This one's for Katie, pays out $8,437 once it's done. Shouldn't take too long. And that's Katie's field done. Fertilizer, all spread, neat as you like. Payout collected, $8,437. Lovely. Now, on to Walter's big contract. Actually, no. Time to be realistic here. Hey, Walter, it's Godric. Just wanted to have a quick word about that big fertilizing job you'd mentioned. I've had a proper look at it, and if I'm honest, my spreader's just not up to the size of that field. It'd take me all summer and a mountain of fertilizer to cover it.
Ah, don't you worry about it, Godric. I figured it might be a stretch for your rig. No harm done. In fact, I've actually got something else if you're interested. My combine driver's called in sick today, and I need field 23 harvested sharpish. You know your way around a combine?
Do I ever? I'd be glad to step in.
Good man. It's a class combine. Everything's set up in the field, just needs a steady driver. You finish the job and I'll pay you close to $10,000 for the trouble.
That sounds more like it. I'll head over now. Appreciate the opportunity, Walter. Well, there we go. Fertilizer might not cut it, but now we're talking combines. A chance to really prove myself. Not bad, eh? This is a step up. Walter's trusting me to get the harvest in, and I'm more than happy to oblige. Jobs like this, relationships like this, they're what'll build this farm from the ground up. All right then, let's bring in this harvest.
Now, I reckon it's about time we take a proper look at shop options for a bigger tractor. The little Salec's done all right, bless it, but I could probably sell it on for about 15 grand. 2 machines stand out to me straight away. First up, the John Deere 3650. 116 horsepower, price tag's about 45 grand. And it's even got a front loader option. Then there's the other one, the Fiat 16090. Now this beast has 160 horsepower. That's a lot more grunt. Same deal with front and back attachments, plus loader capability. Trouble is, it'll set me back about 65 grand. 20 more than the Deere, but maybe worth it in the long run.
Right, next job lined up. A nice little bale wrapping contract for David. 9 grand in it, can't say no to that. I'm back at the shop now, dropping off the fertilizer, picking up the bale wrapper now. All right then, off to field 64. Let's get cracking. Ah, here we go. Hey up, Giles. Good to hear from you, mate. Things are moving along. Just landed myself a bale wrapping job for David, and keeping busy with the new fertilizer and the wallet ticking over.
A fertilizer and bale wrapper, eh? Moving up in the world, Godric. Don't tell me you're actually enjoying yourself out there.
Enjoying might be a stretch, but aye, it's not bad. Sunshine, steady work, and a bit of cash. Could be worse. Actually, while I've got you, been eyeing up a tractor upgrade. Two options stand out. The John Deere 3650. Decent price, 116 horsepower, front loader slot, all that good stuff. Or the Fiat 16090. 160 horsepower, proper workhorse, which is about 20 grand more. What do you reckon? Stick with the Deere and save a few bucks, or splash out for the extra grunt?
I'd say go for the Fiat. More horsepower early on means fewer headaches later. You'll outgrow the Deere quick, trust me.
Aye, that makes sense. Last thing I want is to buy the Deere now and then be looking at another upgrade in a season.
Exactly. Better to invest once properly than waste cash swapping machines every year. You'll thank yourself when you're hauling bigger gear around.
Aye, alright then. Fiat it is. I'll start working towards it. Good advice as always, Giles.
Go on then. Don't let me hold you up. Good luck with it, Godric.
Right, that's the Salex sold. 15 grand back in the pot. She's served me well, bless her, but it's time to move up in the world. And here it is, the Fiat 16090. Look at this beast! 160 horsepower, front and back attachments, loader slot. This is what proper farming feels like.
All right, Liam, what's the word from back home?
Oi, oi, Montana man. I was just ringing to see if you bankrupted yourself yet. Giles told me about the Mower incident, mate. He said you basically paid 14 grand for a lawn ornament.
Yeah, cheers for that. Trust Giles to spread that story far and wide. I'll have you know I got a refund, mostly.
Oh, mostly, he says. So what's next then? Buying a cow with only 3 legs?
Not quite. Right now I'm on fertilizer duty. Got a stack of contracts lined up. Just picked up another load at the shop, heading out to Katie's field. Nice payout waiting once it's all done.
Look at you, Farmer of the Year. Bet you smell like fertilizer already. Do the locals cross the street when you walk into town?
Wouldn't surprise me. Between fertilizer, diesel and sawdust, I've permanently ruined every shirt I own.
Sounds about right. So what's the grand plan then, eh? You staying over there forever? Or is this all just one big holiday that got out of hand?
Honestly, Liam, the plan's to keep stacking up these contracts, get some proper equipment, and eventually build the farm into something that runs itself. Bit of livestock, maybe some arable crops, and see where it takes me.
Livestock, he says? You? With animals? Mate, you couldn't even look after a goldfish back in school.
True, but pigs and cows don't flush themselves down the toilet, do they?
Oh, don't remind me. Poor Goldie, gone but not forgotten.
See, this is why I didn't tell you about the bank loan. I knew you'd never let me hear the end of it.
You've basically become a farming meme, mate. Next you'll be selling Tractor Lad t-shirts.
Hey, don't tempt me. Could be a whole business model there.
All right, well, I'll let you crack on. But listen, don't blow yourself up with fertilizer, yeah? And tell Giles he still owes me 20 quid.
I'll put it on your fertilizer tab. Speak soon, mate. Right then, let's have a bit of a catch-up while I give the Fiat another fertilizing job. Been a busy couple of months. August and September. Honestly, feels like I've hardly stepped out of a tractor seat. We got through not one, but 2 harvesting contracts. First one with David on his John Deere combine, which went down a treat. 7 grand in the bank and a proper confidence boost that the locals trust me with the big jobs. Then another harvest after that with Walter. Same sort of deal. Steady money, steady reputation. And in between all that, fertilizing, and, oh look, more fertilizing. I swear I've spread more pellets across Montana than the shops even got in stock. Every other day I was back and forth for refills, carting bags around, watching that little spreader eat through it like sweets. But hey, contracts paid well enough, and the money all adds up. Had a bit of a change of pace with David's bale wrapping job too. 9 grand for whizzing bales in cling film, can't complain. Nice to see something different than just lines of white dust across the soil. And now, the big upgrade. Salek's gone, bless her, and sitting in her place is this beautiful Fiat 160/90. 160 horsepower. Proper muscle at last. Maybe next month I'll start having a proper nosy at what's available round here. Needs to be realistic. Something affordable but not so tiny it's pointless. One step at a time. But feels like things are finally starting to click.
Well, it's October now, which means two things. The weather's turning colder, and I've finally decided it might be time to look at buying some land of my own. Trouble is, what's on the market isn't exactly cheap. First up, we've got Lot 140. Price tag $43,776. The cheapest in Montana right now. It even comes with a little porter cabin house. All the way on the other side of the county though, there's Lot 21, and this one is a beauty. One field, a big silo, massive barns, the works. Only snag is $198,000, which is about $165,000 more than I've got. So moving on. Lot 139 is next door. Similar money, but this one comes with 2 cow pastures and a sheep pasture. Couple of big barns too. Downside, not a single field. Then there's Lot 141. Empty, big, spacious, just grass really, but for $174,000, it could be the perfect blank canvas. Comes with another porter cabin. What is it with Montanans and porter cabins? And finally, Lot 137. This one's a monster. Full farmhouse, cow pasture, sheep, chickens, barns, silo, corn dryer, slurry pit, even a fermenting silo. Everything a farmer could ever want for $173,000. Only problem is, it technically belongs to Walter. So, back to the contracts board we go, and would you look at that? Walter's offering a bale wrapping job for $17,707. That'll do nicely. There we go. Oh, well that's not the fertilizer, is it? That's the pallet forks. Brilliant. Just drop the front loader straight onto the ground. Classic rookie mistake. Wrong button. See, in my defense, there are far too many buttons in this tractor. One to lift, one to drop, one to tilt, one to sneeze. It's like flying a 747, only muddier. Right then, bale wrapper on. Perfect. Nice and snug. Now, just top it up with a fresh roll of wrap. There we go, that's the stuff. All set, off we go to the field. Alright, field 49, this looks like the place, and yep, bales. Bales everywhere. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Bale. Didn't deserve to get run over.
Aye, just checking in to see how you were getting on with the job. Make sure the wrapper hadn't swallowed you whole.
Hey, Walter. Yes, all good here. Also, I had a look around Lot 137, Bison Ridge Farm. That's yours, right? Would you ever think about selling it to me, or should I just buy an empty plot and build from scratch?
Well now, Godric, Bison Ridge is a fine place. Trouble is, I'm not sure I'm ready to let it go yet. And truth be told, I'm not sure you're ready to take on something that size either. Buying bare land is slower, but it'd be yours. Every fence post, every shed, all by your own hand. My advice? Think on it. Don't rush. Time's on your side.
Fair enough. Guess I've got some saving and some thinking to do. Thanks, Walter. Talk soon. Well, that's the wrapping job done and dusted. Another tick on the list. Now, look at this. 5 fertilizing contracts ready and waiting to go. That'll keep me busy. Right, I'll accept the lot. If I'm doing this, I'm doing it properly. Back to the shop then. Grab the little spreader. Although, you know what? If I'm going to take on 5 fields, this tiny Salek isn't going to cut it. Nope, time to upgrade, sell this thing off, and there we go. Now this is more like it. The Amazon ZATS 3200. Tank capacity 3200 litres. Working width 42 metres. Compared to that old spreader, this'll make the jobs a breeze. Twice the kit, half the time. Nothing like the sound of a brand new machine rattling behind the tractor. 42 meters wide. Look at it. Oh, there goes the phone. Giles, my man, how are we?
Not bad, not bad. Thought I'd ring, see how you're getting on over there.
Oh, you're gonna love this. I just traded in the tiny spreader for a beast. Amazon ZATS320. 42 meters wide, mate. I can fertilize half the county in one pass.
42 meters? You'll be hitting fields you don't even own yet. Farmers will be wondering why their grass is glowing.
Hey, I'll call it community service. But seriously, it's a game changer. Just signed 5 contracts, and this beauty'll chew through them.
That's clever thinking. More efficient kit means more cash in your pocket.
Speaking of pockets, I've been eyeing up land. Could either buy a bare plot and build everything from scratch, or maybe try talking Walter into selling me that Bison Ridge farm of his.
Ooh, that's a big decision. Empty land means you get to design it your way, no compromises. Walter's place, though, ready-made, you could be farming properly tomorrow.
Yeah, but the money's the kicker.
Well, there's always the bank. Loan could get you started faster, but careful. Banks love giving you rope, usually just enough to hang yourself.
Oh, that's reassuring, thanks.
I'm just saying, weigh it up. No shame in starting small and growing steady. But if the contracts keep rolling and that monster spreader pays for itself, maybe you'll be ready sooner than you think.
Cheers, Giles. That's the advice I needed. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to figure out how not to fertilize the main road before someone phones the council.
Huh! Don't let me keep you. Go on then. Spread away, Captain Amazon.
Catch you later, Giles. All right, that's 2 out of 5 contracts complete. 3 more to go. I've got to say, this new spreader's a monster. Sure, fertilizer still costs an arm and a leg, but the income from these contracts easily outweighs it. We're pulling in profit hand over fist. And the time saved, it's insane. What used to take me an afternoon with that old spreader, I'm knocking out in a quarter of the time. Don't get me wrong, I still need to swing back to the shop every so often to top up on fertilizer. But with a tank this size, those trips are few and far between now. Easy in, easy out, and back to the field. Oh, here we go again. Who's calling this time? Ah, Liam! Liam, my man. What's happening in good old Blighty?
Mate, you're gonna love this. I've got a new business idea. Goat yoga.
Goat yoga? You mean people doing yoga with goats climbing on them?
Exactly. It's the next big thing. Stretch, meditate, and occasionally get headbutted by a goat.
That's not wellness. That's warfare.
Nah. Think about it. Stress relief, country vibes, and you can charge double if the goat eats someone's trousers.
Right. So, while I'm out here fertilizing half of Montana, you're back home masterminding a farm-themed circus.
Don't knock it. When I'm a millionaire from goat yoga, you'll be begging to invest.
And when I am, I'll pay you in fertilizer bags.
Deal.
Good catching up, mate. Keep me posted on the goat revolution. Oh, he must have hung up on me. Rude. Anyway, that's all 5 fertilizing contracts done, and it brings us nicely to the end of October. Now then, off we head into November. And actually, there's something I've never really shown you lot before. You've followed me around the fields, the shop, contracts, all sorts of jobs, but never where I actually live. So here it is, this little place in town. Nothing fancy, but it's been home for the last year and a half. Rented it for cheap when I first landed in Montana. Figured I'd need somewhere to crash that wasn't the back of a tractor. It's modest, yeah. Bit rough around the edges, and if you look too closely at the paint, you'll see it's fighting a losing battle with the Montana weather. Right then, enough about my humble little palace. Let's get back to business. November's here, and with it, a fresh batch of contracts waiting for me at the shop. Right, let's see what November's offering me. 2 wrapping contracts. Double check them both, and yep, both for round bales. Perfect. And look at that. Another 2 fertilizing contracts as well. Easy money. That should keep me plenty busy this month. Now, here's where the genius part comes in. I've had an idea. Proper stroke of brilliance, if I say so myself. What if I mount the fertilizer spreader on the front hitch and the bale wrapper on the back? Means I can haul both at the same time. No more faffing about, driving back and forth to the shop between jobs. 2 birds, 1 stone. Or in this case, 2 machines, 1 tractor. Efficient farming, Montana style. First up, we've got bale wrapping in field 64 for David. Contract's worth $9,000. Not bad for a bit of plastic and a spin around the field. Round and round we go, wrapping these bales up tighter than a Christmas present. David should be chuffed with this lot. That's job 1 ticked off, nice and clean. Right then, wrapper folded, bale sorted. Time to move on. Next up, fertilizing for Walter. And here's the fun part. I don't even have to go back to the shop. Got the bale wrapper hitched behind me. Fertilizer spreader right up front. Look at that. Efficiency at its finest. Walter's field, here I come. Honestly, why didn't I think of this sooner? Hello, Godric speaking.
Hi, Godric. It's Hope from the bank. Do you have a moment?
Hope! Not spoken to you since you graciously provided those loans.
Well, that's actually why I'm calling. I wanted to say congratulations. Both your loans are fully paid off now. That's no small feat in under 2 years.
Well, what can I say? Hard graft, a tractor that only breaks down occasionally, and an unhealthy obsession with fertilizer contracts.
Whatever the formula, it worked. And I also heard through Walter that you've been thinking about the next big step. Buying some land, or even a whole farm?
Word travels fast round here, doesn't it? Yeah, I've been mulling it over. Either buy a bare plot, build up from scratch, which sounds exciting and terrifying, or maybe take over Walter's second farm that's up for sale.
Both are strong options, but they come with very different challenges. The good news is, if you decide to go for it, we can arrange a new loan at a very favorable rate. And since I'm handling the sales of the local lots, I'd be more than happy to show you around. December and January are usually quieter months, so it's the perfect time to get a proper look at everything.
You're telling me the bank is quiet? What? No one's lining up for holiday loans to buy giant inflatable Santas?
Maybe 1 or 2. But nothing compared to a farm loan.
Well, I'll admit it's tempting. Though, if I'm going back into debt, I'll need you to promise not to give me that same disapproving look you gave me the first time I walked into your office.
No promises. But I will promise fair rates, honest advice, and a proper tour of any land you're interested in.
That sounds like a deal. All right then, I'll pencil in a look at a few plots next month. Who knows? Maybe by spring, I'll finally have a place to call my own, instead of renting that little shoebox in town.
Exactly. Take your time, look at everything properly, and when you're ready, we'll make it happen.
Brilliant. Thanks, Hope. And hey, tell Walter to stop gossiping about me at the bank.
No promises there either. Speak soon, Godric.
Cheers, Hope. Bye. All right, dusk is setting on today and on November. Just finishing up this last bale wrapping contract and then I'm done for the month. Been a busy one. Contracts left, right and centre. I'll be honest, I'm expecting December to be a quiet month and that actually sounds perfect.
I could really use a few weeks to breathe, maybe relax a bit, and take a proper look at farmland options just like Hope suggested. Time to start planning ahead for the new year, 2027. So December's here. No contracts on the board, which is fine by me. Instead, I've been driving out to the lots that are up for sale. Each one's got its pros and cons. Some are bigger, some closer to town, some with better soil or space to expand. It's not an easy choice, but it's one I've been dreaming about since I first landed here, with just $1,000 to my name. I don't want to rush into anything. This is probably the biggest decision I'll ever make, finally owning land of my own. So I'm taking my time, weighing up every option. And I could really use some help deciding which lot to get. What do you reckon?
It's January 2027, and it's a cold one out here in Montana, but I've got big plans this year. Today's the day I finally buy my first piece of land. Now, first things first. Hope pointed out I'd actually got my lot numbers mixed up. Lot 141? Turns out that's a bigger, empty piece of ground. Price tag, a hefty $175,000. And lot 137, the one I thought we were looking at, well, Walter's decided he doesn't want to sell it right now. But here's where it gets interesting. Lot 148, the one I confused with 141, is actually my favorite of the bunch. And the best part? It's only $149,328. That's 25 grand cheaper than I originally thought. That makes my mind up. Lot 148 is the one. So, it's time to head into town and see Hope at the bank.
Godric, good to see you again and congratulations on paying off your previous loans.
Thank you, Hope.
Now, I've reviewed your file and the maximum loan I can approve today is $173,000.
All right, let's go with $171,000 then.
Very well. We'll structure the loan over 2 years at 3.5% interest. That comes to monthly repayments of about $7,500. Congratulations, Godric. You're about to become a landowner.
Right, here we go. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm about to buy my very first piece of land. Terrifying, exciting, and slightly stomach-turning all at the same time. And just like that, it's mine. Every blade of grass, every patch of dirt, even that dodgy little porter cabin I'll be living in, I own it. I can do whatever I like, within reason and council bylaws. Honestly though, this feels surreal. First farm, all mine. And I've got $141,000 left in the bank to play with. Dangerous. Very dangerous. So, what's the master plan? Well, carefully constructed, highly sophisticated, mainly involves spending a frankly irresponsible amount of money on shiny new machines. Look at all this grass! If I don't get on top of it now, it's just going to sit here and laugh at me. Problem is, I can't exactly gnaw it down with my teeth, so I need the proper machines to make some bales out of it. That's why I'm about to go on a little shopping spree. Mower, windrower, tedder, baler, the works. If I can get this cut, dried and tied into bales, I'll have feed ready for animals and maybe even a little cash left over. First stop is the mower. The Kuhn GMD. Yes, that one again. Only this time my tractor has a front attachment, which means, brace yourselves, I can actually mow properly. 13.5k bargain into the cart. Next up, the Kuhn GA windrower, 4.7 meters wide, just under 9 grand, perfect for making neat little grass sausages instead of the random spaghetti mess I've been leaving behind. Time to haul both back to the farm and park them proudly in the yard. Then it's straight back to the shop for round 2. A Pottinger Tedder, 4.4 meters wide, 6k. That'll turn the grass into hay. And I feel like some new sheep would really enjoy some hay. Lovely. And then this beauty, the Massey Ferguson MF 1840 small square baler, 22k. Yes, I know it's expensive, but you can't exactly farm without bales. And while I'm at it, a bale spike, done. Hooked up, strapped in, dragged back to the farm.
But of course, I'm not done yet. Back at the shop again. This time I grab a small Abbey water tanker for 6 grand, an Ifor Williams animal trailer for 12k, and a FarmTech flatbed trailer for another 6. A proper shopping spree. By the end of it all, January is wrapped up, and I'm standing on my brand new farm, surrounded by machines, debt, and opportunity. And now, we roll into February.
First proper day on the new farm. Just look at all this grass. My grass, all mine. Right then, let's get stuck in. Tractor's ready, mower's going on the front. And you know what? Bit of genius here. I'm going to throw the tedder on the back at the same time. Cut it, dry it, job done in one go. Line her up, drop the mower, spin the tedder up, and off we go. Well, it sounded genius in my head, but it does mean this poor tractor's working like it's dragging a dead elephant. And let's be honest, this mower's about as wide as a butter knife. So we could be here all week. But you know what? This isn't a contract. I'm not borrowing someone else's land. This is mine. My grass, my field, my job to do. Doesn't matter how long it takes. It just feels right. Oh, hang on. Liam, you'll never guess where I am right now.
Don't tell me. Stuck in a ditch again?
Oi, that was once. No, this time's different. I bought my first bit of land. Proper farm ground, all grass.
Wait, seriously? You've actually done it?
Yup. Cost me a fair chunk. But I've got my own field at last. Mower on the front, tedder on the back. I'm cutting and drying as I go, like a genius.
Or like someone who bought toys that are way too small for the job? Bet that tractor's crying already?
Oh mate, it's wheezing like an old smoker, but it's doing the job.
So what's all the hay for then? Don't tell me you're finally giving in and getting those goats for goat yoga?
I knew you'd bring that up. No goats, all right? Sheep maybe, chickens definitely, but no animals jumping on people's backs in a barn.
Shame really. Montana's first goat yoga retreat could have been a gold mine.
If you're so keen, you come out here and run it. I'll build you a barn, you bring the goats.
Ha! Me, shoveling goat poo for a living? Not a chance.
Thought so. Anyway, mate, feels good this time. Not just working someone else's job. This is mine. My land, my crop. Big things ahead. I finally get my own field cut, and now Montana throws this at me. Ah well, the grass is down, can't stop now. Slow and steady. Get every line neat. Feels different knowing this is mine, not some contract job. My land, my hay. You know, once I've cleared all this grass and got the bale stacked, I reckon it's time for some proper livestock. A sheep pasture, maybe right here on this side of the field. Sheep are good business. Wool, lambs to sell on, meat if I need to. Plus, they'll keep this grass in check. And once I've got sheep, chickens aren't far behind. Fresh eggs every morning. Sell the extras to the locals. Yeah, chickens clucking about, sheep grazing, maybe even a greenhouse tucked in there too. Tomatoes, strawberries, maybe some lettuces. Grow enough for me, sell the rest. Proper little farm shop feel. Not bad, eh? From contracts and odd jobs to my own sheep, chickens, veg, slowly getting there. Come on then, weather. Ease up so I can finish in peace. Right, baler on. Massey time. Let's see if this old girl can keep up. Nice straight line, feed it in. There we go. First square bale. Oh, that's a sight. Actual bales off my own land. Feels good.
Once these are all stacked, that's sheep pastures happening for sure. I'll fence off a corner, set up water and feed, and finally start producing something worth selling. Eggs, wool, veg in the greenhouse, I'll have more than enough to keep things ticking over. Locals will come by for fresh produce, and I'll have food for myself too. This is it really, the start of farming on my own terms. No boss, no contracts, just me, the land and the animals. Stack by stack, row by row, this is how it begins.
Look at that, a proper little Bale mine. Light enough to toss about too. Who needs the gym when you've got hay bales, eh? Farming workout free of charge. Right, on you go, nice and neat. Don't want this wobbling about down the track. Keep it tidy, keep it square. Can't beat the smell of fresh hay. Makes all that mowing and baling worth it. One day, I'll have a proper shed or a big old barn to keep these in. For now, a good stack on the ground will do, cheap and cheerful. I'd be stuffed if I went straight for round bales without the gear. There we are, tidy stacks, ready for the sheep when they arrive. Feels like the farm's finally coming together. There we go, 20 grand lighter, but worth every cent. Sheep pastures finally in place, all fenced up, ready for when the flock comes in. Can already picture them dotted about on the grass, wool growing, lambs bouncing about. Funds are running low now though, nearly scraped the bottom of the barrel. Can't risk buying the animals just yet. Better to wait until April. Over here's the chicken pasture, another 10 grand down. Feels a bit empty now, just the fencing and ground cleared, but give it time. Chickens scratching about, eggs every morning, that'll be a steady bit of income. Do a few more contracts and make sure the loan gets paid on time. No point rushing and going broke before the farm even starts paying for itself. One step at a time. Sheep, chickens, and maybe even a greenhouse one day. It's starting to look like a real farm.
But yes, anyway, time to get some contracts underway for the month. First up, fertilizing at field 22 just up the road here. Only a small one, shouldn't take too long. Once that's knocked out, I'll have a bit of cash coming in. This should bring in some decent income once I complete all these for the month. After this fertilizing job, I've got some bales to wrap on the next contract and a couple more lined up after that. Should keep me busy and keep the loan sharks happy. Every job's another step toward building this place up.
And that's done. Contract complete. Fertilizer all spread. Not a bad little job, that. Right then, we're heading over to field 43 now to get these bales wrapped for Ben. Shouldn't be too tricky. Ah, speak of the devil, Ben's calling. Hey Ben, I was just pulling into your field now actually, getting ready to start wrapping.
Good man, Godric. You've been cracking on well, I hear. Congratulations on the land purchase, too. That's a big step.
Cheers, mate. Feels good to finally own something of my own, not just working off other people's land.
That's how it starts. If you ever need any advice or a bit of local farming knowledge passed on, don't hesitate to ask. I've been at this game a while. Happy to help.
Appreciate that, Ben. I might just take you up on it before too long.
I'll let you get on with it then. Just remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You'll get there.
All right, back at the shop again. Time to stock up. Fertilizer's almost 2 grand a bag still. Not cheap, but we need it. And we'll grab a pallet of bale wrap too. Let's go with white wrap this time. Easy to see what's been done compared to the black. Nice and clean looking in the fields too. Let's get these loaded up. Wrap first, careful, don't want this rolling off. That's all filled up, lovely. Back to field 49 now. Finish wrapping the rest of those bales. Then it's on to the big one, field 73. Fertilizing contract worth 22 grand. That'll really help keep the bank off my back this month. Been a busy old season already. Feels good though, progress. Next month I'll be looking at finally getting some animals in. Sheep and chickens to start with. Sheep will give us wool and they can be sold on if need be. Chickens, well, everyone needs eggs.
And down the line, maybe a greenhouse. Grow some veg and fruit to sell at the market. Keep a bit for myself, too. Nothing like eating what you've grown. But that's for April. For now, we'll keep cracking on with these contracts, keep the loan paid, and slowly but surely build this farm up. That's it for today's work. Thanks for sticking with me, and we'll see what next month brings. April in Montana. New month, new start. And today's a big one for the farm. First order of business, getting this trailer hitched up. Because we're finally going to bring some life onto the land. Quick pit stop though. Need to grab a pallet of chicken feed from the shop. $1,500, not exactly pocket change, but it'll keep the hens happy once we bring them in. Can't wait to see the sheep out in the new pasture. Should make the whole place feel more like a real farm. Now, onto the animal dealer. Been told to ask for Floyd. He's the man in charge here, knows his stock inside and out. Let's see what he's got for us today. Here we are. The place looks busy. Can see the animals out the back there. Time to have a chat with Floyd and see if we can't make a deal on some good sheep.
Morning there, stranger. You must be Godric, right? Name's Floyd. I run this place, and I hear you're looking to start a flock.
That's right, Floyd. First time buying stock. I'm after quality. Whatever you'd recommend to get me off on the right foot.
You've got a whole list of things to keep in mind. Age, metabolism, fertility, overall health, wool production, wool quality. And if you're ever thinking down the line about breeding, breeder quality comes into play too.
I figured there'd be more to it, but that's a lot to think about.
You bet.
What do you have here that you'd consider top quality?
Now you're talking. Over here we've got a landrace of Bentheim ewe. Fine breed, excellent metabolism, steady fertility. Solid producer, won't give you trouble. Next pen's got a Steinschaft ewe, hardy mountain stock, tough as nails. And alongside her I've got a Ram Steinschaft. Strong, proven breeder, healthy as can be. Could give you a line of lambs if you pair them up.
That already sounds like a good foundation. What else would round it out?
Down here, a Swiss black-brown mountain ewe. She's in prime health. Great wool quality. Then I've got a black Welsh mountain ewe. Small frame, but don't let that fool you. She's efficient and her wool's some of the finest. And last, a black Welsh mountain ram. Good balance, healthy metabolism, and he'll keep that line strong for years if you treat him right.
That's a mighty fine mix, Floyd.
6 head total. Total comes to $4,455.
Pricey, but sounds worth every penny. Let's load 'em up.
You won't regret it. Treat 'em well, keep their feed steady, and they'll more than earn their keep. I'll get the paperwork, and we'll have 'em in your trailer in no time.
Thanks, Floyd. Really appreciate the time and advice.
And don't be a stranger. You ever need more or just got questions, you come back and see me.
Look at this. 6 of the finest sheep Montana has to offer. You lot are gonna be the pride of the farm. Just look at those faces. Absolute beauties. Right then, let's get you home.
Nice and steady now, don't worry. I'll have you settled in before you know it. Here we are, home sweet home. All right, let's get you into your new paddock. Off you go. Stretch your legs, get a feel for the place. Blimey, you look even better out here in the pasture. Proper farmers now, eh? Look at you all settling in already. This is brilliant. But hang on. Ah, of course, food and water, can't forget that. Good job I've still got those bales from the harvest. Let's get these sheep fed. There we go, fresh hay for you lot. Tuck in, you've earned it. And now some water to wash it down. Nothing but the best for you 6. Perfect. Sheep on the farm.
That's another milestone ticked off. Time to bring in the other addition. 6 chickens, 4 hens, and 2 roosters. That'll be $204. Fair deal. And there they are, straight into the coop. Welcome home, little ones. Now that's a sight. Sheep grazing on one side, chickens scratching on the other. Morning on the farm, and I've just dropped $36,000 on a brand new large tarp greenhouse. We'll be growing a bit of everything here. Tomatoes, strawberries, spring onions, Napa cabbage, lettuce, garlic, even chili peppers. A proper mix of crops. Only problem, the soil's bone dry. Can't grow anything in that. Let's get this tank hooked up, filled and stocked into the greenhouse. There we go. First drink for the plants. Feels good knowing this is the start of something big. That leaves me with about $200 to my name. Not much breathing room, but with only water to keep it going, this thing will pay for itself in no time. All right, time to refill the bank account. First job on the list, a big bale wrapping contract for Noah just down the road. Shouldn't be too tricky. He's already got the bales cut and lined up. Just wants them wrapped tight before the weather turns. Nothing like turning these bales into oversized marshmallows. Noah's paying well for this one, and it'll give me a proper chunk to start the month. Job done. Bales wrapped. Noah happy. That'll help. Now on to the next batch. 4 fertilizing contracts lined up. Back and forth work across a few different farms, but nothing the tractor can't handle. These little jobs add up fast, and by the end of April I should see my balance climbing back to something respectable again.
Hey there, Godric. It's David. Just wanted to call and say congratulations on getting your own farmland. Big step.
David! Cheers, mate. Feels like things are finally coming together, though slowly. Just wrapped a load of bales and I'm mid-fertilizing run.
Sounds about right. I drove past your place the other day, saw the pasture fencing, that new greenhouse, and those sheep out grazing. Looks like it's starting to take shape.
Yeah, it's been a grind, but step by step. Just added a few chickens too, so I'm hoping for some eggs soon.
You're building it proper then. Listen, no rush at all, but I thought I'd mention, I own a few small fields that sit right alongside your land. Nothing fancy, but they're good soil and easy access. If you're ever ready to expand, I'd be willing to sell them to you.
That's good to know, David. Not sure I've got the funds for more land just yet, but knowing there's ground next door, that changes how I'll plan things out.
Like I said, no rush. You've got enough on your plate with sheep, chickens, and that greenhouse. Just keep it in mind for the future. I'd rather see it go to someone who'll actually work it, you know?
Appreciate that. Means a lot. I'll definitely keep it in mind.
Good man. Anyway, I'll let you get back to your work. Just wanted to give you a call and check in.
Cheers, David. Talk soon. Nice to know there's opportunity waiting down the road. But for now, contracts to finish, bills to pay, and these fields to cover. April's shaping up to be a busy one. Contracts wrapped, fertilizer spread, and that's April done. Bank balance is looking healthier, animals are settled, and the greenhouse is ticking along. Not a bad month's work. Now, to see what May brings. Morning, ladies and gents. Everyone looking lively today? Chickens are busy as ever. More eggs soon, I hope. Water's done its magic. Coming along nicely in here. Right, let's get the rest of these bales in. Give the sheep plenty of hay to eat. There we go. All lined up for you lot. Healthy coats, good weights, that's what I like to see. You though, you're looking tired. 47 months and triplets on the way. Maybe I should call the vet. Anyway, I can see a good mowing job going for 18.5 grand. Makes me want to finally grab the second part of my mower, the GMD 8730. The only catch is, I'll need a bit more grunt in the tractor. That mower needs 120 horsepower and the front one I've got takes 60, so I'll need at least 180 horsepower to run them both together.
Luckily, I can get my tractor upgraded for about 10 grand. Honestly, that'd push my working width out to 8.3 meters, which is a huge difference for only 35k. And it'll make cutting my own grass a whole lot quicker too. Between the contracts and the time saved, I think it'll pay for itself pretty quick. Big investment, yeah, but one that'll set the farm up nicely moving forward.
Right then, enough talking. Time to get stuck into our first big mowing contract. Let's fire up the mower and get cutting.
Phew, that was a big one. Field 49 took a lot longer than I thought, but glad I went ahead and picked up the bigger mower. It made all the difference. Let's grab one more before the day's out. Katie's got a smaller mowing contract going in Field 34. Should be a nice quick one. And that's another job done. Easy money, quick tidy up. Now let's head back to the farm, park everything up, and call it a wrap for May. Believe it, my first death on the farm. My older ewe, the one carrying triplets, she's gone. I've only had her a couple of months. Should have called the vet when I saw the signs, but I thought she'd pull through. I let her down, and those lambs too. Farming's got its highs, but this is one of the lowest. Losing her hurts. Anyway, I've got to keep moving forward. Best thing I can do now is bring in some new life, and I was planning to add more sheep to the flock anyway.
Godric, I'm so sorry to hear about your ewe. That's tough news, mate.
Yeah, it was hard to find her like that. Just wish I'd done more.
You did what you could. Listen, I'll sort you out with 5 of my best sheep. Strong stock. I hope you don't run into the same trouble again.
Thanks, Floyd. Look at that little lamb. Only 4 months old and already bouncing around like it owns the place. Farming can be cruel sometimes, but where there's death, there's also new life. That's what keeps us going.
Now, I've just accepted 3 more fertilizing contracts. This should really pump up the bank balance.
Field 6 alone is over 20 hectares, one of the biggest jobs I've taken on so far, and it's going to need a lot of fertilizer. But first, we've got Field 40, and I think I might just scrape through with what I've got left in the tank. Come on, come on. Yes, done! With literally the last few liters in the tank. Couldn't have timed that better if I tried. All right, time to top up. Field 98 next. Nice and easy compared to what's ahead. And that's 98 sorted. Smooth as you like. But now, the real challenge. Field 6. 6 whole pallets of fertilizer. $12,000 gone in a flash. It stings a bit, but when the payout is 40 grand, worth every penny. This job's going to test both me and the tractor. Nice and easy. Perfect fit. These are going on the trailer. Got to be careful lining them up. Don't want anything tipping over halfway down the road. There we go. Oh, that one's sitting nice and square. 3, and the last one. Beautiful. That's a tidy stack if I do say so myself. Now let's strap them down properly. Can't be losing 12 grand's worth of fertilizer bouncing off the back. One strap across, and another. Yep, those aren't going anywhere. Not bad for a one-man operation, eh? Proud of that load. All right, everything's ready to roll. Looking back over this season, we've had a fair share of highs and lows. We brought in our first proper sheep, lost one far too soon, but welcomed new life to the pasture too. We pushed through contracts, mowing, baling, fertilizing, slowly building up both the farm and the bank balance. We've invested in new gear, taken risks on bigger jobs, and come out stronger each time. That's farming for you. Some days it's heartbreak,
Some days it's pure satisfaction. But every day, it's progress. And the best part is, this is just the beginning. Next season? Who knows? Maybe we'll finally buy our first field. Maybe we'll build the farm up with new sheds or equipment. Maybe we'll start selling our own produce instead of just working contracts. I'd love to get my hands on a proper round baler too. And there we have it. Field 6 done and dusted. What a way to end the season. Whatever comes next, I can't wait to see how it unfolds. This farm's got a future, and I'm determined to make it a good one.